Good morning. Adrian Garcia, County Commissioner, Precinct 2, joined with Commissioner Leslie Briones of Precinct 4. The reason I wanted to have this conversation with you this morning is because, as many of you know, we are working through the budget. This is the time of the year that we work together collaboratively to work to set the budget, continue to provide services for the residents of Harris County. I am very, very proud of the countless of hours that the commissioner and I and others have invested into the process. I'm proud of the work that our staff has done, countless of hours and months that they have put into this process. And I'm confident that we're going to be able to provide a balanced budget. However, during this process, I asked my staff the question, how much of this are we required to pay as a consequence of President Trump and Governor Abbott? In other words, how much of the gap that we have been working to close was caused by President Trump and Governor Abbott, by their unfunded mandates and really their corrupt policies. These transformative policies that we have been hearing so much about are transformative. They're transforming Harris County taxpayers' pockets into empty pockets. That's the transformative of those policies. But to that end, let me just tell you what we have done, what I have done. I have championed policies to make affordable housing in Harris County absolutely affordable. We have worked to invest $250 million of ARPA money into building more affordable housing. I've championed policies to make it easier to build more affordable housing. And we have done more, especially for those living in affordable housing rental units. But we keep butting up against these corrupt policies of President Trump and Governor Abbott. To that end, let me also explain this. You, the taxpayers, are having to pay for this because Governor Abbott is sitting on $24 billion surplus fund. It is at its max that legally they can't put any more money into it. But they're sitting on it and they won't share it with local communities like Harris County. As a consequence, you pay for their unfunded mandates. What those policies, those corrupt policies have attributed to is approximately $180 million of the gap that we are working to deal with. That is absolutely absurd. President Trump likes to give his billionaire buddies tax breaks. You pay for it. Governor Abbott likes to still have a fight with Medicaid and refuses to expand it. You pay for it. Meanwhile, other states get our money. And at the end of the day, this is all something that we have been working to deal with. But I just wanted to make it clear to you that when we set the budget, it's not as simple as what we deal with, what we are working as a county government to provide to our residents. We have to deal with these unfunded mandates that we get from the state and from the federal government, thanks to President Trump and thanks to Governor Abbott. With that, let me share a few words in Spanish. Estamos aquí hoy para tener una conversación sobre el presupuesto del condado de Harris. Estamos trabajando para tener un presupuesto balanceado y lo estamos logrando. Pero a la misma vez estamos enfrentando costos que el presidente Trump y el gobernador Abbott nos está pasando a ustedes. El presidente pasó una ley que le está dejando a sus amigos billonarios no pagar impuestos de propiedad, pero tú lo pagas. El gobernador Abbott está pasando leyes que ustedes tienen que pagar. Sin embargo, no quiere expandir Medicaid, algo que nuestros ancianos aquí en el condado de Harris necesitan, pero el gobernador Abbott no lo quiere expandir y a la misma vez nos está haciendo pagar por eso. Y tú también lo estás pagando. Y también todo eso en lo que está pasando en estas políticas corruptas del presidente Trump y el gobernador Abbott, eso ha llegado a ser 180 millones de dólares, el cual estamos trabajando, yo y la comisionada Leslie Briones, estamos trabajando para cerrar en el trabajo del presupuesto. Ambos hemos trabajado por horas y meses para llegar a un presupuesto balanceado. Pero cuando yo hice la pregunta de qué tanto de del presupuesto está causado por el presidente Trump y el gobernador Abbott, la respuesta es 180 millones de dólares es el costo que el presidente y el gobernador le está pasando a ustedes. Pero a la misma vez hemos trabajado sumamente fuerte para seguir manteniendo la vida cuidado para ustedes. Hemos trabajado para bajar los costos de vivienda. Hemos trabajado para aumentar más vivienda económica. He pasado reglas para hacerlo más fácil, para hacer más vivienda económica más rápido, y hemos trabajado para invertir 250 millones de dólares de ARPA funding del gobernador, del presidente Biden. Esos 250 millones de dólares fue a vivienda económica. Entonces, hemos trabajado sumamente fuerte para balancear el presupuesto de nuestros residentes, pero es duro de no mirar qué corrupto las políticas del presidente Trump y el gobernador Abbott han causado el costo que ustedes, los residentes, tienen que pagar. Con eso le paso a la comisionada Briones. Leslie Briones.
Gracias. Good morning, everyone. I'm Leslie Briones, and I'm grateful to serve as Harris County Commissioner Precinct 4, and I'm grateful to be here with my friend and colleague. Thank you for your leadership and your decades of service, Commissioner Garcia, and for always standing up for working families. So I'm going to echo many of the points Commissioner Garcia made. We are here leading Harris County, and we together are having to live and wrestle with the consequences of President Trump and Governor Abbott's policies. First, the federal level. For instance, SNAP benefits. These have been cut by approximately 20% just recently with the big, beautiful bill. What does that mean for Harris County families? That means that over 130,000 Harris County families have lost their benefits. We were already in challenging times, but they have made this even more challenging, having local government step in alongside nonprofits, places of worship to fill the gap. Another example from the big, beautiful bill is the Affordable Care Act. Over 200,000 people will be off the ACA. We already had too many people who were uninsured in Harris County, but now hundreds of thousands more will be uninsured. Here in Harris County, approximately 1 in 4 of our neighbors are uninsured. And to continue cutting coverage is unacceptable. To focus on the state for a second, Texas for years has had the choice to expand Medicaid, which would offer relief to millions of Texans. And unfortunately, Governor Abbott and state leadership have not done that. Moreover, this is something where we as local government have to step in, specifically our hospital district, Harris Health. This is going to cost us another $180 million for Harris Health, this uncompensated care. Another example of state mandates that hurt working families here in Harris County. They passed the business property tax exemption that Commissioner Garcia was referencing. So guess who gets to pay for this exemption, which took $8 billion off the tax rolls? Guess who pays for it? Us, the people of Harris County. These are just a couple of examples of how the federal government and the state government continue to put us behind the 8 ball. But what we're doing here in Harris County is stepping in to do our very best to fill the gap. And meanwhile, Harris County is one of the fastest growing places in the country. So as we have this growth, we have a greater demand for services, everything from our infrastructure to healthcare services and beyond. So we will balance this budget. We thank the thousands of Harris County residents who came to the budget town halls, who took the survey that we partnered with the Kinder Institute from Rice University with. We will make sure that your priorities, which you have told us loud and clear, we will make sure that these non-negotiables continue with excellence. Namely, what is most important? You have told us loud and clear that public safety, public infrastructure, and specifically flood mitigation, road safety, sidewalks, parks, disaster response, recovery and resilience, as well as being able to access high-quality health care. So in sum, the state continues to pass laws, and Commissioner Garcia, I just gave you a couple of examples. They keep passing laws that are unfunded mandates. The federal government continues to slash services that our Harris County families rely on. And meanwhile, we are trying to stretch your local taxpayer dollars as much as possible while we're the fastest growing area in the country. But leaders lead, and we will get it done together. Muy brevemente en español. Buenos días a todos. Estoy muy agradecida de estar aquí con mi amigo y compañero, el líder fenomenal, comisionado Adrián García del Precinto 2. Y aquí estamos en esta temporada del presupuesto del Condado Jerez. Y la verdad es que nuestras familias en el Condado Jerez están sufriendo por las acciones del gobierno federal y también estatal. Por ejemplo, los recortes de fondos estatales y federales al Affordable Care Act, ACA, y SNAP han subido el costo de vida y hecho que más personas dependan de los servicios públicos. Cobertura a través de ACA. Más de 200,000 personas perderán su cobertura a través del ACA. Esto subiría la tasa de personas sin seguro alrededor de 24% aquí en el Condado Jerez. Y también el gobierno local tenemos que tomar acción y estas decisiones federales van a subir los costos de Harris Health, el distrito del hospital del Condado Jerez, $180 millones. SNAP, los beneficios que ayuda con la comida a las familias que lo necesitan. The big beautiful bill del presidente Trump recortó un 20% de los fondos de SNAP al nivel nacional. Y nuestras familias están sufriendo y el gobierno local tenemos que entrar a ayudar este fracaso que han hecho. También las decisiones estatales. Por ejemplo, la extensión fiscal estatal para negocios pasó parte de la carga a las familias con casa propia. Además, esta exención redujo la base tributaria en 8,000 millones de dólares. Esto ayuda a los negocios, al costo, a las personas y sus casas. Y estas medidas estatales están subiendo el costo de vida. Y hay varios ejemplos, pero yo sé que tenemos poco tiempo. Así que al final de cuentas, el condado Jerez, aquí los líderes locales como el comisionado García y yo estamos tomando acción con estas decisiones malas del gobierno federal y estatal, y también el condado Jerez está creciendo más rápido. Es uno de los lugares con crecimiento población más grande de Estados Unidos, y con eso viene más demanda para servicios. Así que estamos balanceando estas cosas y quiero dar las gracias a todo nuestro equipo, pero también a ustedes. Miles de ustedes vinieron a los centros comunitarios para hablar del presupuesto y también tomaron la encuesta que hicimos con Rice University, la Universidad de Rice y Kinder Institute. Y ustedes nos dijeron bien claramente que sus prioridades son la seguridad pública, la infraestructura pública y también respondiendo a los desastres y servicios de salud accesibles de calidad. Vamos a balancear este presupuesto y como comunidad, como familia, en casa mía, ¿verdad? Tenemos que balancear nuestro presupuesto y vamos a tomar decisiones bien difíciles. Y el gobierno federal y estatal tienen una gran parte de la culpa de nuestras vidas que son más caras. Así que muchísimas gracias. Thank you to everyone. We will continue taking action so that Harris County steps up to best serve our residents. And we look forward to working together as we pass this next budget.
Thank you, Commissioner. I just want to sum things up. Of the budget that we're working to balance, roughly 3 cents belongs to Governor Abbott and President Trump as a consequence of the corrupt policies. I want to be clear. I'll speak for myself. I am always ready to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've got to make tough decisions, and that's where experience matters. Commissioner Briones touched on that. But by the same token, when you have corrupt policies being passed that benefit not the hard-working families of our county, it is difficult not to speak up. Our seniors are disabled as a result of policies that I champion, pay no county taxes, virtually no county taxes, and I'm proud of that. That's what we are doing to make life affordable in Harris County, but President Trump and Governor Abbott refused to allow that to be the case. Thank you. Any questions? All right. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, we got one in the back. Well, the way I'll answer that is that, number one, yes, we are working to close about $181 million budget gap. 180 of that is very directly attributed to President Trump's property tax bill and Governor Abbott's health care slashing. It's directly. It's just it is a coincidence that it is absolutely in the area of $180 million. Whatever the tax rate will be, I'm not there yet. We're working through that, and we'll have a decision in about a month or so once we take a vote on that. But I just want to be clear. This is what we're up against. And this is the attack on local government that Governor Abbott seems to be so very proud of his transformative policies. He is passing costs on to local taxpayers.